Welcome back to Arc Salt Lake on your Thursday morning. Time right now is 7:29. With kids back in school, now is the time for parents to get back in their routine. Hopefully that involves a fitness routine. Eating well, being healthy in general. Health coach Heather Doney joining us right now to discuss the importance of getting back into a regular workout schedule. Heather, I am not a parent. I don't have kids, and I can't believe how parents can even have the time to work out. So it did make me sort of analyze this more and realize, okay, with the kids back in school, maybe there is a little more recoverable time here now for parents. So is that the case for you?
Yeah, well, my youngest is a senior, so
Okay.
I kind of already do my own thing anyway. She does her own thing. But
Got it.
thinking back to when they were younger, and when you're in summer, all the schedules kind of go out the window. And so it's nice to be able to, and you're going on vacations and you're eating different things. So it's nice to be able to kind of get back onto that schedule, into that routine. And so getting back into your workout routine, this is a perfect time for kind of a reset. So you don't think of it as like, oh, I'm trying to get back into shape. Think of it as more of like, oh, this is a reset. I can figure out my own schedule now. And the ways you can do that is tying it with things you're already doing. So you drop the kids off at the school, head right to the gym right after. Or they walk out the door. As soon as they walk out the door, go on a walk. Or if you don't have time in the morning, maybe right before they get home, you do a quick workout at home before they get, before they walk back in the door. Just tying it to things to try and make it more of a habit, and looking at more as like, oh, I'm going to start my habit back again, instead of like, oh, I'm going to try and lose all that weight I just gained during the summer,
I would imagine that for a lot of parents, this has got to be kind of an exciting time a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe tell me, do your friends feel the same? Like, I love my kids, but I'm so glad I get some me time to focus on myself.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. I actually just posted a video on my social media about going back to school 10 years ago. There was a video I had, and it was kind of funny, me and my husband cheering, but now we're to this new stage of, oh, our daughter's leaving. This is our last year. How sad it is. But you kind of have those mixed feelings. Yeah, but I think having the structure again for every parent is what they love, even though it's hard to kind of let go of all the summer fun you've had. So,
and then hopefully that excitement is a little bit of a motivating factor too.
Yes, yeah, and motivation comes and goes. So you have to just tell yourself you can't wait for that motivation to come. Just start moving. Eventually, that motivation will. The more you move, that energy starts coming, and that motivates you. So don't always just be waiting for that motivation to come.
Sometimes I love the most basic questions because I feel like people forget about why we do this.
Right.
Why is it important that we even get back into this type of routine if we have kind of fallen off a little bit?
Right. Well, movement is medicine. So just getting our bodies moving, and it's not just about losing weight, or it's all about. It also includes, your bone and your health, your bone and your muscle health, your heart health, your sleep, your mood, your energy. So think of it as a full spectrum of health, and not just about losing weight. So that is important. And once it's become a habit, it's really easy to just kind of get back into it, even if you've lost a little bit of that habit during the summer. It's easy to just jump right back into that.
I have found that if I take a break or stop going to the gym or something for a while, you don't always go back. You shouldn't always go back at the same intensity. Like you've kind of lost, your body's lost a little bit, basically. Is that a good warning for people?
Absolutely. Start off with maybe just thinking, well, I'm just going to work out a couple days a week to start out, less intensity, drop the weight, the size of your weights that you're using. Maybe don't go as long with a workout, because if you overdo it, then it's going to put you out for longer. So just start out slow. It's okay for those first few weeks to just focus on just getting back into that habit.
You can hurt yourself.
Yes, exactly. The worst
especially as you get older.
Yes, I'm finding that out a lot too. Yes, and you don't want to be so miserably sore that you're like out for days, because you went too hard on that first workout. So just gradually take a few weeks to get back into it.
So we're going to look back a little bit, but this is obviously advice for the future too, maybe during Christmas break or whatever, or looking forward to next summer. What could have been done basically during the summer when your time is a little more stretched to kind of stay in that habit?
So the summer routines aren't going to look like your school year routine, right? So you're going on vacation, the kids are sleeping in, you're eating differently. So I would just set yourself up for success of just telling yourself, I'm going to move my body at least 3 times during the week, each week. whatever that's going to be. If I'm on vacation, maybe I'll go down to the fitness center in the hotel for 20 minutes, or go walk on the beach for a little bit, go swimming with the kids, go on a family bike ride. If you're at an amusement park and you're standing in line, stand up against the wall, just do some push-ups against the wall. You might feel silly, but just make it fun. You know, do some squats, you know, something while you're standing in line. But just making sure you're setting yourself up so that you're not feeling like you're having to backtrack, you know, and get back into it when school starts.
At a previous job, I interviewed a kind of a fitness person, and they said on family vacations, I make my family walk to all of our destinations.
So smart.
Even if it's miles away. So that's
so smart.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's just teaching your kids those habits as they're getting older too. Like, it's okay to walk somewhere.
It is okay to walk somewhere. With kids back in school, let's kind of switch topics just a little bit.
Okay.
Because you still have to worry about them. You're worried about their health and
Yes.
fitness as well. Talk about eating healthy for the kids as they go back to school.
Yep, that is something that's really hard in the summer because I think we, like, again, go off that schedule. But
Yep.
if you can try and make their lunches healthier, but make it so that it's enjoyable for them. Because if, like, it's not going to be a healthy meal if it comes home untouched, right? If they're not eating it at all and fueling their body at all. So it's really important to make sure that you're providing a protein, produce, carbohydrate, and then something they enjoy, a fun little treat or something in there. So making sure you have that in their lunches for them so that they can enjoy it and fuel their body while they're at school.
And you're kind of out of practice with that lunch making routine, maybe more inclined to just throw stuff
Yes,
in,
and there'll be
basically.
days like that probably where you're like,
Yeah.
just give them something, you know. But if you can kind of like set yourself up for the week and give your kids options, don't just say, what do you want in your lunch? Because they're going to pick whatever.
Yeah.
So if you can just kind of have a little more control over the options, but then it gives them a little bit more ownership of what they get to choose after you've given those options, and just give them some healthier options.
So you've kind of told us what to put in there. Can you give us some examples? What are some good items to throw in a kid's lunch?
Kids love to assemble things, so like the Lunchables. So instead of buying the Lunchables, you could they can make their own Lunchable. So some meat slices in there with some crackers, some cheese cubes. You've got add some berries or apple slices, or just whatever their favorite fruits are. Carrot sticks, cucumbers, sugar snappies, things that are just really easy for them to eat. And then make sure you're adding in something to put it on, maybe some crackers or a pita or a tortilla shell, and then their little favorite treat in there. So assembling that. You could also do like a yogurt parfait, you know, and they get to assemble that and put that in there. And just finding it something fun for them to put together, because they do like to assemble things like that with their food.
You mentioned the treat. Treats are okay.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, some people may, I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to keep the kids healthy. No way they're getting an Oreo. It's an apple and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're most likely going to come home with the apple and nothing else. I mean, there will be kids that may just eat the treat and come home with the, you know.
Yes.
And a rule I did with my kids growing up was if they brought home their lunch, until they got really smart and figured out, well, if I just throw it away, Mom's going to think I ate it. But they would bring it home, and I'd be
Right.
like, okay, this is your snack. Your after-school snack is to finish your lunch. And so we kind of would get them into that habit of just finishing it when they got home, and if they brought home food. So.
And I kind of lastly just touch on the fact that like a well-balanced meal for the kids, that's going to help them do a little bit better in school,
Yes,
too.
yeah, because you're
Explain
fueling
that.
your body. You're fueling your body with the right nutrients, and that's where our focus with kind of the food pyramid and everything has gone, is more towards nutrient-dense foods and more protein and less processed foods. So, because those processed foods cause inflammation in the brain, hyperactive children, you know. So if we can kind of balance the blood sugar, they're gonna act better in school. They're gonna be able to remember things better and learn better. So, and then don't forget to also add in, like, send them with water and maybe some electrolytes in there to help keep them hydrated too throughout the day.
So I know you're at a different stage with your youngest being a senior, but when they were younger, were you excited when they went back to school?
Yes. I was. Yeah, it was always nice to get back to that routine, but it's definitely changed now. It was very bittersweet having her walk out the door last week to her first day of school. So, yeah, it definitely is a bittersweet time. So
Different stages in
different
life, right?
stages, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my other three are married already, so I'm just like, it's a whole new ball game at our house right now.
Some parents are excited now. But later on, you're not going to feel that way.
Yeah.
Heather Doney, thank you for coming in to talk more about parents keeping themselves healthy, but also kind of aiding the kids along too.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
We always love having you, so thank you for coming in.